Today I'm going to be making a preppy girl outfit. It's going to be blue with a dark blouse. And I was inspired by a picture that I saw of a drawing of a really creative, similarly outfit. Now I made up a little story about this character. She is, let's say, because of the dark themes and is blue, she's at a dark academia. And let's go cliche, maybe throw in some vampires in there. And she happens to go to this school because, well, why not? She likes going to school at night, not during the day, because she's a night owl. Hence the dark colors. And she found the uniform adorable. Now she's going to this school, and at first she's just like really curious, wants to go exploring, immediately gets lost because the place is ginormous, because of course it is. And what better place to get lost in than a couple of corridors that leads to a secret library. Now she enters this library hoping to look for maybe some forbidden books, let's say. What does she find when she goes in there? A kid napping on a bench with a book over his face. She doesn't bother him. She doesn't care. Mildly curious about the person, but that's about it. Goes ahead, starts looking through shelves and glancing at book covers, looking at the inside to see, okay, what's in here? And one book in particular catches her eye. Now, keep in mind, most of these book covers are dark in color, whether that be green, navy, and even some dusty black books. Throw in a couple red ones as well. Now, the one that struck out to her was this shiny black book cover with gold lettering, and it really caught the eye for some reason. So she pulls it out. What's in there? Well, nothing. It's blank. She flips through all the pages. Still nothing. She can't even make out what the gold lettering even says or means, because it seems to be in a different language. So now she's definitely curious, a bit disappointed that there was nothing in there, but her sense of adventure is pretty strong. So she thinks, this might be like Tom Riddle's book from Harry Potter. Maybe if she writes in it, something or someone will write back to her. So feeling mischievous, she takes the book and she brings out her pen and she goes through a couple bookshelves trying to find a nice hidden little spot, because she knows damn well she's not supposed to be writing in any books, blank or not. But this is a kind of sense of curiosity that you can't really help, Besides, just a little sentence or smudge or even a hello couldn't hurt, right? So, after going through the maze of bookshelves, finding a dark little corner where obviously no light is reaching, she hunkers down, crosses her legs, and opens the book. And she brings out her lucky pen that her grandmother gave her. Now, she's wondering what to write, and let's face it, she doesn't want to do too much damage, even through her curiosity. So she writes a simple hi in black ink. But nothing happens. She stares at the page, and nothing happens. The ink doesn't disappear. In fact, it just glares back at her among the stark white pages, accusingly. And the longer she looks at it, the more guilty she feels that she wrote in a book. And as she is feeling a little bit embarrassed and a bit of panic because, she wrote in a book, she goes to flip a page and she slices her finger, and a drop of blood gets flicked onto the page. Now, Now she's looking at like, ah, shit. Not only did I write in the book, because, let my sense of fantasy and wonderment whisk me away and convince me to write in this book, now I got blood in it. Damn, I'm gonna get caught because this is DNA. And she's afraid to smudge it because, well, that will just rub it in deeper. But before her very eyes, the blood gets fainter and fainter until it is no longer visible. The blood was absorbed by the book. Oh. It was absorbed by the book. The book takes blood. Now, this girl is fascinated. Her name is Amber, by the way. I'm going to give her a basic name. But, oh well. So, Amber here sees that the blood is taken by the book, and she can't help it. She squeezes another drop onto the page and watches as it also gets absorbed into the book again. Do I have to write in blood? She thinks. Now, before she could even think of writing out anything with her bloody finger, a voice interrupts her and says, "What are you doing?" She snaps her head up, and the person who was sleeping on the couch with a book over their face is standing in front of her. Ah, shit, she got caught. She hurriedly snaps the book closed and tucks it against her chest with the spine hidden face downwards, so it's not obvious what book it is. And she just nonchalantly says, "Oh, hello. I didn't want to disturb you. How was your nap?" The person looks at her suspiciously. Their eyes seem to glitter in the faint light. She still sits in the dark. She hasn't moved a muscle, but she's tense. Is the person catching on? Are they gonna come after her? What's gonna happen? So she sits there and waits for the person to reply. But they don't say anything. They just glare at her. They keep glaring at her. And as the seconds stretch and it turns into minutes, Amber here decides that she has waited long enough and it's probably a good time to just leave. So as casually as she can, she stands up, tucks the book into her side with the spine still hidden behind her back. And she dusts off her skirt, looks around to make sure she didn't, leave anything behind, grabs her other things, and she calmly walks past the person and says, "Okay, well, nice meeting you, stranger." And she walks away. But before she can completely pass by the person, she feels her wrist being grabbed. Yanked, actually, suddenly, without warning.